Mia lived on a farm with her parents. Since her father was paralyzed and needed her mother's care, the burden of running the farm fell on her shoulder. From a young age, Mia had an unrealistic dream of becoming a dancer. Whenever she tried to practice in secret, her mother would catch her and scold her harshly. After her husband was sent to the front lines, all contact was lost. She often fantasized about his return from the war, but all she had left were the love letters he once wrote to fill the emptiness in her heart. In her spare time, Mia would tell her dreams to the farm. The long years of suppression slowly twisted her mind. In the cowshed, she danced gracefully, imagining herself on stage. That's when a duck wandered into view. Holding a pitchfork, Mia slowly approached. Moments later, she carried its lifeless body to the lake and fed it to the alligator. When she learned she'd be sent into town the next day to buy medicine for her father, she was overjoyed. Going into town meant she could finally watch a dance move. Just then, her mother walked into the bathroom. Mia quickly explained she only wanted to avoid wasting hot water. Her mother reminded her that the money for the medicine was on the kitchen table and told her to come home right after. The next day, Mia cheerfully headed into town. After leaving the pharmacy, she went straight to the theater to watch the film she had longed to see. When the movie ended, she even spent $8 on a dance magazine. In an alley behind the theater, Mia ran into Brian, the projectionist. His handsome face made her heart race. Brian quickly saw her desire to be a dancer. Having grown up isolated on the farm, Mia was defenseless around strangers. She poured out her story too. Before she left, Brian told her to knock on his door the next time she wanted to see a movie and gave her a piece of the reel as a keepsake. On the way home, a gust of wind blew the film strip out of her pocket. Mia got off to look for it in the cornfield, searching for a long time without success. In the middle of the field, she came across a scarecrow standing tall. She noticed the stylish hat on its head and decided to take. Climbing up the post, she knocked the scarecrow down. Picking up the hat, Mia imagined the scarecrow as her husband and began dancing a duet. Swept away by emotion, she kissed. But when she opened her eye, the scarecrow's face had turned into Brian. Terrified, she threw it down. Yet her body betrayed. Years of repression were finally spilling out. Back at home, her mother punished her for spending an extra $8 by forbidding her to eat dinner. While bathing her paralyzed father, Mia told him that one day she'd leave the farm to pursue her dreams in the city. When she noticed his blank expression, she reached out to test if he was even alive. The gesture turned into abuse. The next day, her husband's sister came to visit. Radiating elegance, she was the complete opposite of Mia. Their mother-in-law brought a roasted pig, only for Mia's stubborn mother to reject it outright. The sister told Mia about an upcoming dance audition at the church. Winners would have a chance to tour overseas. Mia wasn't about to miss such a rare opportunity, and the two agreed to go together. Clutching the dance magazine, Mia imagined her future fame. She sneaked into the attic and picked out one of her mother's dresses. That night, while her mother slept, Mia slipped out through the attic window and went straight to Brian's house. She asked him to play a film so she could practice her dance moves, but Brian showed her a very different kind of move. For the first time, Mia glimpsed the wider world outside the farm. It thrilled her and strengthened her resolve to escape. She wheeled her father to the lake, where an alligator lurked nearby. A dark thought crept into her mind. Her father's paralysis was what chained her to the farm and kept her from her dreams. As the alligator drew closer, she pushed the wheelchair forward. At the last moment, her mother appeared and stopped the tragedy. Afterward, Mia found an alligator egg near the shore. She brought it back and crushed it in her hands. It wasn't the only cruel thing she had done. That evening, her mother pulled Mia's dance magazine from under the bed. Cornered, Mia admitted she wanted to enter the audition. Her mother strongly opposed it. Mia snapped, and in anger, her mother tore up the magazine, listing all of Mia's misdeeds. She said Mia harbored a dark side and that staying on the farm was best. When Mia refused to answer, her mother threatened to kill her father if she dared to attend the audition. In rage, her mother slapped Mia. During the scuffle, her dress caught fire and flames consumed her in seconds. Mia tried to help, but it was too late. With her mother badly burned and near death, Mia dragged her into the basement. She couldn't afford to miss tomorrow's audition. Glancing at her father, Mia ran out into the storm and spent the night with Brian. That night, she dreamed she had achieved her dream, with her parents clapping for her in the audience. But when her mother removed her mask, a monstrous face stared back. Mia woke with a start. At dawn, Brian drove her back to the farm. She rushed into the kitchen to make everything look normal before inviting him inside. But when he saw the maggot-infested roasted pig at the doorway, Brian felt uneasy. He politely greeted her father while Mia leaned into his arm. Her father's face hardened with anger, but he was powerless. Later in the bedroom, Brian heard a noise. In the kitchen, he found chaos. Mia claimed the dog had made the mess and said she had locked it in the basement. But when Brian casually asked what the dog's name was, Mia slipped. She admitted they had never owned one. Brian realized something was very wrong. He made an excuse to leave, but Mia sensed it. As he reached the door, she grabbed a pitchfork. Storming back inside, She told her mother in the basement that no one could ever trap her. Then she shoved Brian, car and all, into the lake, leaving the alligators to finish him. With blood-stained hands, she tenderly wiped down her father and dressed him in a suit. Putting on her mother's red gown, she proudly showed her father her look. A tear rolled down his cheek. Before heading to the audition, Mia eliminated her final obstacle. Riding her bike to the church, she met her sister-in-law who had been waiting. Mia lied, saying something had delayed. Her sister-in-law warned that only one person would win. While the other contestants were nervous, Mia brimmed with confidence. She had nothing left to lose, but reality was cruel. The judges dismissed her performance, choosing instead a young blonde girl. The rejection shattered her. In her daze, the judges' faces turned into her mother's, and Mia's pent-up emotions erupted again. Maybe her mother was right. She belonged only on the farm. Sobbing outside after her defeat, Mia learned her sister-in-law had been chosen. She took Mia home, shocked by the rotting, maggot-covered pig at the door. She comforted, saying there would be other chances and that the judges simply didn't understand her art. But Mia whispered that she wasn't normal. Her sister-in-law assumed her despair came from her husband's long absence. She urged Mia to treat her like a stand-in husband and share her pain. Mia confessed everything. She had never wanted to spend her life trapped on a farm. Marrying her husband was supposed to be her escape, but he had abandoned her to war. When she discovered she was pregnant, she chose to end. Her dream mattered more. That disregard for life grew into a habit of killing animals. Her mother had seen the darkness in her and tried to stop her dream. Then Mia dropped the final bombshell. She had killed her family to break free. Her sister-in-law was horrified, trying to leave, but Mia wouldn't stop. She went on venting her rage at life. When her sister-in-law finally rose to go, Mia grabbed an axe. After disposing of the body, she dressed her parents with care and set the table with the roasted pig. She sat down and said grace, as if nothing had changed. Not long after, her husband returned from the war, but the sight before him left him frozen in terror. Mia looked up at him with a twisted smile.